I would call Apple. I'd call Samsung. Whenever I had a problem, I would call. Up here, I just don't fix it. I just leave it broken.
Well,
It's funny. But
yeah.
Peter, Peter and I think are going to have. Wow, what was that? We're planning to have. This is my sweet neighbor Anthony. I wish I could put you on FaceTime. He is so nice. Two of my neighbors just do my front yard for me. Now my front yard is tiny. I mean,
Wow.
it's just tiny, tiny. But is that not the sweetest thing?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. It's very nice.
They just do it all the time for me. But let's see. I've forgotten what I was just saying.
I was thinking you might just have seen him or something that got your mind on
Oh
him.
yeah. Well, no. I mean, I can see him out my front window.
Right.
But my front yard is a postage stamp. My yard.
No, I know.
Is
Mine is too. Yeah.
I like it though. Oh, I was going to say Peter and I think are going to have Thanksgiving, the two of us, because Daniel's family goes to Seneca to Callie's parents. Asher's with Jessica's parents. And Peter, one of his sons and his wife go every year to Detroit to her family. And the other son was with us last year in Los Angeles, but this year he'll be with his mother. So Peter and I are going to do it solo. And what's funny is I told him about how Dave's mother made the turkey, and he said, we could just do it the way I did it 2 years ago. He made, but his stuffing was great. I can't remember what all he put in it. It was really good. But the funny part is I have no attachment to having to do it the other way. I could care less, Pete Tennell. If if it's fried turkey, I don't care. I don't care what it is. And that's been like a nice feeling.
Yeah. And I mean, truly, Alice, that is so great that you have Peter, that you have each other, and, have this relationship you've developed because, like you said, all of a sudden our jet set family is jet setting in other parts of the country, with other relatives and other responsibilities, So that's great that you can, land on your feet and have a great Thanksgiving with Peter.
And he said, we could go to LA. He said, because we can always go there. He said, or we could just stay here. And I said, Peter, I love watching football.
There you go.
Because he'll talk about it and he'll tell me about it. I said, it's so relaxing. And Peter, if we have stuffing, a couple of pieces of turkey and something cranberry, I'm so much simpler now than I used to be,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. That is exciting, Alice. I'm very, very happy. And here we are talking as usual because I'm going to Charlotte, and Charlotte is what? It's not even a hop, skip, and a jump. It's a hop. Let alone you're talking about you could go to California, but even I have to consider the hop, and so if you stay home, you got it made. If you go there, you got it made again. But I think the part that I'm really connecting with is your kids have other family responsibility and relationships and connections that they're in the midst of. And so, they have their world that they have to kind of satisfy. That's a big deal. And, interesting, very interesting. So,
and then we'll do a weekend soon at I told you at Asher's, So that's our way of getting together. But,
See,
I could have said to Daniel, I want you here every other Thanksgiving. It's
right,
not right that you
right.
go there every year. But then I thought, why not have a football game celebration instead? In a way, it's kind of unique, and I don't know, it just sounded more fun to me.
Well, Alice, I think, flexibility is the main thing and options. But, that's the thing about it. When we were the hosts, when the kids lived at home, okay, it was kind of a done deal. There was still maybe some stuff to do, how to include the grandparents and that kind of thing. But now that we're the grandparents, they're thinking, how do they include us, It's funny. It's funny.
I know. I remember
And
once Susan Blank said to me, we're the grandparents now. And it was before Daniel had any kids.
right,
I said, no, I'm not.
right,
I said, no, I'm not. I don't have a grandchild yet.
right.
It's so funny, but
But
I just like the fact, Peter, that I've changed. I don't have to have things. It doesn't matter to me what we eat on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, I do like, the only thing I really have a love affair with is cranberry sauce, homemade, and stuffing. Other than that, I'm not a bit. But my point is, I don't need all the fluff and the big Norman Rockwell dinner. It's just not.
no, I hear you.
But I do have to, every year I watch Hannah and Her Sisters. Have you ever seen that Woody Allen movie?
I'm going to look it up now because you're talking about it. If I had it, I don't remember all of it. I will look it up.
I think you will really, really love it.
I'm sure I
Because
will, yeah.
it's every year at Thanksgiving. The whole thing is about Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's great, yeah.
And
That'll be good.
relationships and all that. But, yeah, I don't know why I was sort of dragging today. And then I got a text from Peter, and he said, and this was like, Bill Kelly said yes.
Wow, cool. All right.
Good. I'm going to send him your number right now.
Okay.
Oh, Peter, my heart broke for him, and
I know.
I had forgotten all those things you said about him, though. You're right. He was always so definitive, and those things you described in that text about him. I had just forgotten all that.
Well, and this is appropriate for the moment. He said, I'm not by myself, Alice. I'm with myself. And there's so much wisdom in that statement. And I think we're talking about Thanksgiving.
He said that.
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember him saying that. I knew my Al-Anon sponsor said, I never knew. He said, okay, I'm sending it right now, so he may interrupt our call. But you know what, Peter? I never knew he didn't have many close friends.
Well, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying the way he describes it and defines it, I fully understand what he's saying. I fully understand. And I think if you're honest with yourself,
that's right.
He's saying, basically a truth for himself, but also I think for a lot of us. We have a lot of people that we interact with, and we call them friends, and I'm not going to take anything away from that. But in reality, how many people that are your really true friends versus acquaintances on different levels? And I think that's the point he was making. And, I never forgot him saying that. It was just it's an interesting perspective.
It is, and you're right. I was saying it wrong. He was saying, he didn't have however you said it, but it's so true. And there's friends from college. We have such a different relationship with them.
Right. See?
You know, last night I texted him and I said, checking in with you. How is my friend? And I said, I'm listening to Jethro Tull. And I said, I think you're the one who introduced it to me. And he wrote back real quickly, the exact song I remember. Dave must have been at work, and Bill Kelly and I were in that apartment, and he put on that album for me, and I just flipped out over it. Benefit with We're on the Inside, Outside, So Far Away. And so I was right. He's the one that introduced me to Jethro Tull. And he just, you could tell it meant a lot to him to be able to reminisce that. He said, I love Jethro Tull.
See, and that's the thing about it, Alice, that, you know, you kind of, I'm going to give you a tiny little story there too, but you kind of don't realize the impact you're having on other people. And for myself, I assume I'm having no impact, you know, and then here and there, whatever, something will happen to say, oh, okay, that's nice. So what happened was, when I was visiting with Lauren and the family this weekend, and they had this kind of a camp setting where they were staying, we canoed around in the little pond. And at one point, I got in the canoe with Wes, my little grandson Wes, got in the canoe with me, and we just paddled around. And at the far end of the lake, there was canoe forest. And I was like, yeah, we can paddle out there. Anyway, to me, it was a great day. It was a great day. And we had, and I take pictures like crazy and all that good stuff. But what really touched my heart, Lauren sent me a picture that she had taken of me paddling with Wes in the canoe, and Wes wanted that picture. He wanted that picture, and he made that his, whatever you call, his screen saver on his iPad. He wanted that picture of him and his Papa Peter. Oh my God, it just breaks my heart to say it.
Isn't
breaks
that
my heart to say it.
Thing? That the older or younger?
He's the younger one. He's 9 years old, but he's a sweetheart. They're both, Nolan and Wes, are sweethearts. And, you know, as I'm speaking to you and I'm recording this and thinking, yeah, here's another podcast, which it may be, I don't think our names are going to be that big an issue. We're not going to use last names or let people hunt them down. But, you know, these family memories and connections, that's what we are sharing, you know, and these precious moments. And, you know, I'm going to go there for Thanksgiving, but they may go to, you know, they might have Mike, or, you know, they may have other plans too. And I'll have to work with them. So I think that's the irony of, you know, these people, our people, are expanding their connections, and we are going to be a part of that on some way, you know, some level. And I think that what you're telling is a beautiful thing. The other thing you said I didn't comment on, though, you don't have to be together on that day. If you're going to be...
It's so true.
You can be together for Thanksgiving or Christmas. It doesn't have to be on that Thursday, you know, on the 25th. It can be in that time frame so that you still are together, but you have to make space for other people.
Well, and the thing is, Susan Hurst said that decades ago. She said, as long as I can see my family, I'm happy. She said, we don't have to have it on the specific day.
Right. That's
and
it.
I totally agree.
That's it.
With that.
That is very much it. I'm going to throw this in as well, though, because Nolan's birthday is on the 30th. So it can either be 2 or 3 days from Thanksgiving, or it can be almost a full week. We went to very few, if any, of his actual real birthdays because of the double traveling involved or double staying. This month or this time, I've made reservations to stay through his birthday, and I just want to be there. I just want to say happy birthday, Nolan, in person, And so that's where I'm at.
I love that.
Well, we'll see, but
That's a great idea. Now, let's see, this year Thanksgiving is on what date? The 20...
You'd have to look. I'd have to look it up.
Oh,
it's on a
right
Thursday.
Here, I can look.
It's on a Thursday, and I think his birthday is on the Saturday.
Yes, the 28th.
Yeah.
Well, see, Peter, this is so funny. This is Peter and I met on November 30th.
Right.
So this month, it'll be 3 years we've been dating.
That's a long time.
It is pretty long, and I need to get him an anniversary card. It's hard to find one that's not marriage or wife, but we always find them. And Dave and I met on April 30th.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
So the 30th is kind of a good day for me. Yeah, because Peter and I met on November 30th. He had just gotten back from L.A., going there for Thanksgiving 3 years ago. And I was wearing sandals. It was so warm.
Oh,
and this year it's a little chillier.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Kelly just said thank you.
Oh, how sweet. All right, well, I'll look forward to talking to him. Well, let me hit the road. I got to go get dinner and figure out what I'm going to do. And I'm glad my phone works now because, I didn't get a transfer, but I have that to look forward to. Anyway, Alice, thank you for calling.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I didn't get back today. And I'm very excited about doing this. This is going to be so... You and I will grow through it. It'll be great.
See, there you have it. That's it. Well, and that's a great way to look at it. All right, sweetheart. Well, listen, hang in there, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And good luck with your phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.